Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Austin here, or Luna. So today's story time is luckily one that doesn't involve me getting into trouble. It's a good one. I hope you enjoy it. Leave a like on the video if you do. And yeah, let's just start this. So today's story time all starts off as a normal day back in 2021. So not that long ago. I mean, 3 years is a long time, but not as long as some of my story times take place. Yeah, it was 2021, and I'm not gonna lie, 2021 for the most part was kind of a boring year for me. I didn't really do a whole lot. I spent most of the year sitting inside playing video games and making videos and stuff. But it was the first year after the pandemic was kind of like slowing down, so I feel like it was cool to get back to life a little bit. And one of the first things I did back when like all the restaurants were kind of opening back up and bars and stuff was I planned on going out with a few of my friends to this bar like, I don't know, maybe 2 miles down the road from my house. It was a pretty popular bar in my area, and we were going there to celebrate my homie's 23rd birthday. Now we're just going to call this friend Nathan, okay? Nathan was turning 23. Nathan had been my friend for many years. I met Nathan in middle school, so we've been friends for a very long time. And yeah, we wanted to do something big for my boy's birthday, so we all decided to go to this bar together and have a little bit of a party there. We got quite a few people on board. It was going to be me, Nathan, like 4 of our other friends. They were bringing people. His mom was going, Nathan's mom, because she was always cool as shit. She was always hanging out with us, and like, she was just the cool mom, right? Nathan's cousins were also pulling up. So I think in total, we got like 12 or 13, maybe 14 people to go, which doesn't sound like that much, but at this bar, it was a pretty packed bar to begin with. So adding 14 people to that equation, it was pretty packed, right? So this all starts off as a normal party, right? We went to the bar, and it was a Friday night, so the bar was already kind of packed, and then you added us to the equation, so it was pretty packed, like I said, and everything started out good. Nathan was just kind of having some drinks, I was drinking a little bit, his mom was drinking a little bit, everyone was just chilling, right? Having a good time. Now, about an hour into being there, my boy Nathan's already a little bit too tipsy. This dude's like already kind of drunk, getting a little loud, getting a little crazy, right? So I decided, you know what, let me take Nathan over to the pool tables, because there was pool tables at this bar, and we'll play a game of pool, keep him away from the bar for a little bit, let him chill on his drinking, play some pool, just chill, talk to him one-on-one, get him to chill out a little bit, right? So me and Nathan went over to the pool tables, we started playing some pool, and I don't know why, but for some reason, we just start having one of like the biggest pool tournaments ever. Like, I'm ass at pool, and so is Nathan, and he's like drunk, so like we're both pretty shit. But for some reason, we start getting super competitive and we start like betting money, and we both end up putting up $100. So the winner of this pool game was going to get $200. So me and Nathan are getting super competitive, right? And we start like kind of getting a crowd around us. We had our friends and like Nathan's family, and then we had the other people at the bar watching. And yeah, we just got like this whole tournament going on essentially, right? Now, there was one person in specific that wasn't in this crowd watching us play pool, and that was Nathan's mother. Nathan's mom was still at the bar, drinking with one of her family or friends or something, and I could kind of see the top of her head, like through the crowd. I could kind of see her at the bar, and she was drinking with somebody. So I didn't think much of it. I just thought she was just, chilling with her family or friend or whatever. And I went back to playing pool, right? Now, we end up playing this pool game for, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes, and like I said, we both suck. So it takes a long time to finish, and it was very neck and neck, so like, it was pretty intense, I'll say that. Now, if you're wondering who the winner was, I think it's obvious. Your boy won. But of course, I'm not going to take money from my good friend on his birthday. Plus, like I said, he was kind of hammered, so I'm not going to take money from my drunk friend. I just feel like it was a little unfair that I beat him, so I let him keep the money, and I also gave him my $100 and said, "Happy birthday, bro." And he was like, "Dude, no, I'm not taking this. I didn't win. It's not fair." And I was like, "Dude, it's your fucking birthday. Take it as a gift. Here, it's your birthday gift." And I gave him the $100, right? So yeah, Nathan got to keep his 100 and got 100 on top of that. And after this interaction, we start to re-rack the balls because we wanted to play again. This time, just more fun and casual, no money on the line. And as we're racking the balls up, all of a sudden we start hearing these noises. It kind of sounds like yelling and screaming. But it's a bar, it's loud, there's music, people are screaming over each other all the time. So I thought okay, it's probably just like drunk people, right, at the bar being crazy. But then the noises start getting louder, and then I hear someone say, "Break it up." And I'm like, okay, maybe there's a fight going on. Let me turn my attention to the bar and see what's going on. And I look to my left and I see Nathan's mom and this other random woman who just was probably like one of the bar goers or something, just like beating the shit out of each other. And immediately I tap on Nathan. I'm like, yo, your mom's in a fight. And immediately he like springs into action. He like runs up there. I run behind him. We're trying to break up this fight. Nathan's mom is on top of this woman, like swinging pretty hard on her. And we're trying to like stop it because honestly, if she went for any longer, I think this woman would get seriously hurt. The one that Nathan's mom was fighting. And we end up breaking up the fight within like, I don't know, a minute probably. It didn't last very long. But even though it didn't last very long, some damage was definitely done. When we broke the fight up, there was like hair on the floor and like the one girl had kind of a bloody nose. It was just not a good time, right? Now, the first thing Nathan says after we break up his mom and this girl from fighting was, "Why are you fighting that lady, Mom? Like, what's going on?" And she's like, "She called me this, she called me that, she threatened me." And she's just listing off all these reasons as to why she fought this woman, right? And then the other woman chimes in. She's like, "Bullshit, she threw her drink at me, like I didn't do shit, she threw that first, like she started it." And I'm just like standing there like, yo, what the fuck? So the bar bouncer comes over, that dude. I don't know where he was during the fight, but he was not there for some reason. Maybe he was in the bathroom or something. But yeah, the bouncer comes out and he kicks both of them out and kicks out everyone in our party. So yeah, I got kicked out, Nathan got kicked out, his whole family, his friends, everyone got kicked out that was with Nathan for that party, right? And at this point, I thought it was over. I thought, okay, like we're just gonna, hop in some Ubers and go home and like the night was done, right? That's what I thought. And that's kind of what happened at first. We were just standing outside of the bar and like Nathan called an Uber for him and his mom and me because I planned on going back to the house with them, and everybody else is like calling their rides. And then all of a sudden, we see police lights coming down the street, maybe like 2 or 3 minutes later, right? And I'm like, oh shit, like please tell me that's not for us, right? Like please tell me that's just like, some cops driving by or something. Because I really didn't want to see my homie's mom go to jail, because that's probably what was going to happen if that's, the case. And sure enough, like a minute later, both cop cars pulled right in front of the bar we were at, and the cops jumped out, went inside, talked to the bar owner, and they came back out, right? And they immediately start questioning Nathan's mom and the other woman that were in the fight, right? So yeah, like one cop pulled Nathan's mom to the side, the other cop pulled the other woman to the side, they're getting like all the stories together, right? And then I can hear the cop ask Nathan's mom, I hear him say, "Did you throw a drink at that woman first?" And I hear Nathan's mom say yes. And maybe like 10, 15 seconds later, I turn back around and Nathan's mom is getting put into handcuffs. And she's like, "What are you doing? Why are you arresting me? Like, she swung too." And I don't remember exactly what the cop said because he was kind of far away, but I heard him say something along the lines of like, "You started it, and also you're way too drunk to be out in public." Basically just saying like there was multiple reasons she was going to jail, right? And by the way, Nathan's freaking out. He's like running up to the cops. He's telling them to stop it and like that it wasn't her fault. She's just drunk. And they were like, "Yeah, we understand, but that's not an excuse." And yeah, she gets put in the back of this cop car. And next thing I know, that cop car is driving off with Nathan's mom in the back. And Nathan starts freaking out, right? Like after they pull off with her, he's like, "Dude, my fucking mom, like she never does anything bad in her life, and the one time she slips up, she's going to jail for it. Like, that other lady started it, and she's not going to jail. Like, what the fuck? This is biased. This is fucked up." And he's just drunk, and he's angry, right? And listen, guys, as much as I love Nathan's mom, and she was one of the coolest ladies in the world, and still is, she threw a drink at this lady first. And not just, like, threw the drink out of her cup at the lady. She threw a glass full of alcohol at a woman first, which is assault and also is like the first move. So you're going to go to jail if that happens, because throwing glass at somebody is very dangerous. So, I wasn't really surprised that Nathan's mom went to jail. Let's just say that, right? So the rest of that night was very, very like shitty, because Nathan was like drunk and I was waiting for him to sober up so he could stop like ranting and getting angry. Even though he was rightfully upset, I understand, like that's his mom, but like he was drunk, so it was making it way worse. So I was like sitting there at his house the whole night with like another friend of mine, and we're just like trying to like talk him down from like being so angry. And then finally the next day rolled around and she was able to be bailed out, which Nathan did. He got her bailed out. And the first thing Nathan's mom said to me when she got out of jail, and we like picked her up was, "I'm so sorry you guys had to see me like that. I am so embarrassed." And that was the crazy thing. Like, Nathan's mom my entire life was always sober, never drank, and when she did, it was very, very minimal. So I'd never seen her drunk. And I guess this kind of proved that when she got too drunk, she got very, very like violent. So yeah, she was just being super apologetic, and she felt really bad for what she did, and she also felt bad for the other lady because she kind of beat her up. But there is a happy ending to this story. So even though Nathan's mom got in a bunch of trouble and she went to jail and got bailed out, she did get charged. She had to pay fines and stuff like that. But after all of the court stuff was said and done, and after she had went through this case and, took the assault charge, whatever it was, she actually became cool with the lady that she fought at that bar. Like, they met up, like, shortly after the case was done with or whatever, and they, like, had coffee and became friends, and they're still cool to this day. I remember, like, a few months later, I went to Nathan's house, and I saw them hanging out together, like, in the kitchen, and I, like, didn't really understand what I was seeing at first. I knew the woman looked familiar next to Nathan's mom, but I wasn't sure why, and then it hit me, and I was like, wait a minute, you're the lady from the party that night. Like, what the fuck? And she's like, yeah, what's up? And I was like, this is crazy. But yeah, definitely a happy ending in my book. Nathan's mom did a bad thing, got in trouble for it, but then in the end, she ends up apologizing to the woman, and became friends with her. So yeah, all in all, I would say a pretty happy ending. But yeah, guys, that is the story of how my friend's 23rd birthday party was a little bit too crazy. I hope you enjoyed this story time. If you did, please leave a like on the video. I would really appreciate it. Feel free to leave your story times in the comments down below, and subscribe if you're new. I will see you guys all later. Peace.
I'm staying up and you won't take my place. I made like 30 just a week ago and I'm not phased. I heard that song you dropped, you capping, now I see your fade. I made more money